Hello, Internet. I'm Hugo.
And I'm Jake. So I walk into the theater, right? I'm on a date. Walk into the theater and get my tickets out. Bought them ahead of time, Fandango. Check it out. You went VIP, of course. If you don't have a VIP theater, you're really missing out. The general population is below you, and you get drinks and food. It's way better. Spend the extra money. So walked upstairs, went and sat down, and I wanted to see before the movie began if I had to stay after the credits because I'm seeing Spider-Man Homecoming. You do, by the way. If you haven't seen Spider-Man Homecoming, 2 after the credit scenes, totally worth it, especially the last one. Very pumped about that one. Stay all the way to the end. And found out at the same time that Stan Lee's going to die soon.
Oh no.
Because the person he spent his whole life with is fucking dead.
Yeah, this is unfortunate news, especially because yesterday we ended up doing the George Romero story 2 in a row. Dang. Although actually, she went first. It's just that how the stories ended up. This one came second. Joan Lee, Stan Lee was married to for 70 years. That's more than most people are alive.
Yeah,
now, before any of you start saying, by the way, oh, it's just Stan Lee's wife, who cares? Okay, Stan Lee's wife was more than just Stan Lee's wife, by the way. Stan Lee's wife, you may know from your childhood. Stan Lee's wife was in a couple of those animated series, the Marvel animated series. Jake, I know you know her because she is the one and the only from Marvel's 1994 Spider-Man the Animated Series, Madam Web.
I do know. That's who I thought you were going to say.
And actually, I was so weird because I was watching this the other day. I was watching Spider-Man the Animated Series, getting ready, because that was the show I watched as a kid, you know, for Spider-Man Homecoming. Our review will be out this week, by the way. And then that happened, and it's interesting to me that despite the fact that it was Stan Lee's wife, and it so easily could have just been, hey, I'm Stan Lee, give my wife a cameo, they decided to actually write the character well, and they casted her in it and gave her a main role, and she did a good job. She actually, Madam Web on that show, for those of you who don't know, is sort of Spider-Man's mystical animal totem guide. She does a good job of that.
She's also not nice all the time, right?
Yeah, she was also on the Fantastic Four animated show, which I didn't watch as a kid. I was never a big Fantastic Four fan. But, I mean, it's nice that you get to spend... Her and Stan spent 70 years together.
Yeah.
70 years. I don't know. That's just crazy to me. Sorry I'm focused on that, but...
I'm not sorry. I think that's an impressive feat. Do you want to tell the story about how they met? Because we found it both weird, because we're modern people that aren't crazy, and also it's kind of cute, because they weren't modern people that were kind of crazy.
Yeah, Joan apparently... obviously they're older, so this was around World War II, a little bit after. Joan is from the UK, or was from the UK. She was British. So she, during the war, or right after, the person she was actually interested in got married. So out of, I don't know, spite, or just out of, she didn't know what to do with her life, she decided to get married to some American person in the military. Now, she ended up moving to New York with him, but she, I guess, hated the marriage, and Stan Lee met her at some point, and he was actually supposed to be meeting some friend. His friend had said, oh, I know this hat model. Go meet this hat model. So he went to go meet her, met Joan instead, who was also a model at the time. They hit it off, and apparently he said, like, I love you the first day. It's weird that creepy stalker behaviors from 2017 were just normal courting rituals in 1953 or whatever.
If you put it in perspective, like, they didn't really have anything else going on. I mean, like, a world war just ended. Everything that was interesting is done now. I guess let's talk about Spider-Man and maybe get married. I love you now.
I guess I can see how World War II could maybe make you prioritize things and think, we should probably just fuck today, right? Like, maybe tomorrow we won't be alive. Let's just go. I get it. But a lot of people out there, if you have grandparents or anything who were together a really long time and one of them passed, chances are the other one didn't last very much longer. Now, that's unfortunate, but I just wanted to put this out there as a warning to people who are fans of Marvel and Stan Lee and what he's put out there into the world creatively, and the kind of force he's been, just being a positive, fun guy. It wouldn't surprise me if he's not around for much longer, and that's a little bit sad. But I think right now is a time that we should all appreciate the fact that a man who was able to bring us so much joy and so much entertainment, he was able to spend so much time with the person he cared about more than anyone else in the world. We should all be so lucky. You know, I don't know. I just think stories like this are nice. That Stan has always seemed like a great guy, and it's nice to know that he was so in love with her and she was so in love with him, and they were able to spend so much of their lives together. So that is truly a gift that they were able to share. So, good for them.
I don't know. I hope that, like, she got to see at least the movie, because, like, Captain America was, like, a big deal, but Spider-Man was, like, his thing, man. Spider-Man started pretty much everything. Like, it was Spider-Man, Thor, etc. Like, Spider-Man's, like, the iconic Marvel character, right? He was for a long time until Iron Man shortly took over for a little bit. Captain America's been there for a while, but of course that was like a World War II propaganda piece that turned into a cool character. I mean, he finally got like a really fantastic, and a lot of people like the Sam Raimi Spider-Man. It's not about that. I'm just saying, like, this with the MCU how it is, all the money it's made, it's cemented Stan Lee's legacy forever. This is the movie that I wanted him to be able to see before he died, and I hope she got a chance to see it a while back. I'm sure she did. I guess I don't know her condition before she passed away, but I just feel like it was almost fitting. I'm literally in the theater, and she had just died. Like, they just released the press release for it, and it was like, it was kind of serendipitous. It was kind of weird. It was, I don't know. Your first thought really did go to, like, oh shit, Stan's probably really close behind, because that's usually how it goes. I mean, 70 years with another person, an old person can only take so much heartbreak before it's just like, might as well give up. So hopefully he's in a good place. I know they had kids. I don't know. I would love Stan Lee to be around. He's 92 years old. I'd love him to be around to 100, maybe later. I'd like him to see at least the Infinity War thing settle down, and maybe he's there for the, when it boots back over. But if he's not, I hope he knows that, like he's like iconic in like a way that most other people never will be. Like, he's up there with, like, the Lucases and the Spielbergs and the...
I hope, in the absence of his wife, he is at the very least, even if he decides, I'm not really feeling this anymore, and I can respect that decision to just kind of be like, I'm good, and just kind of, I get it. But I hope before that happens, he can sit back and realize, it's great that you spent as many years as you were able to with the person you cared more about than anything in the world, and I hope in her absence he can find comfort in the fact that he is also, in his own professional and personal life, brought joy to so many other people outside of himself and his marriage. I hope he finds some comfort in that, even though he's not able to be with her. I hope he can at least say, well, that was great, I had a successful personal life, and, I was able to bring something to the world. I don't know.
That's a good run, man. We could all hope for half that.
I wish. Oh, dude, if I had an iota of the success that man had, good for him.
Half his success and half like a fucking 35-year-long marriage, decent.
So yeah. So until I promise, next episode will not be about a dead person. I promise.
Probably.
Probably, unless a big one happens, then I have no choice. But anyway, until next time, I'm Hugo.
I'm Jake.
Go tell your loved ones you care about them. Go do it.
Ah, shit. Will Smith just died.